From First Coast News, this is Good Morning Jacksonville.
I'm Alex Ositis near Moncrief this morning, where police are investigating after a man was shot and killed around 2 o'clock this morning. This near 31st and Myrtle. Police still on the scene here. We just saw as another sergeant arrived on the scene, and we did see a medical examiner vehicle a little earlier on. This victim, identified only as a man in his late teens or 20s. That area still taped off right now. We'll have another update for you in your Power Block of News coming up in about 15 minutes.
And your second big story on this Wednesday morning, a boy's death sparks change at an intersection in the Oakleaf area. An 8-year-old died in a crash on Oakleaf Plantation Parkway Monday, and neighbors say that spot's always been dangerous. So FDOT went out to change the traffic lights there Tuesday. The lights now include left turn signals so drivers can make protected left turns.
And your third big story this morning, it takes 3 times the lives in Jacksonville compared to gun violence each year. Now Florida's governor has signed a new law tackling the opioid epidemic. More on that in 2 minutes. But first, it is 6:31 now on this Wednesday morning. Let's check in with storm expert Mike Prangley.
Yes, good morning. And we're talking about that storm zone way west of Jacksonville today. In fact, one of our more tranquil summer days of the entire season. So we see the yellow map. Yeah, I've got a little toward Lake City, but I think that zone's well west. Tampa, really into western Georgia, Alabama, due to an onshore flow today. So let's take a look at those rain chances. 5% along the coast, even inland, 20% at the highest. In fact, White House, a very lone shower, maybe a 15-minute shower one side of the town. The other side stays dry. That's the kind of day we're talking about today. Even Lake City, Keystone, look at this, just a 20% chance of one of those lone showers. Heat index, that's the big story, 100 to 110, classic summer weather. Sun, fun, water slide Wednesday. We top out low to mid 90s. And tonight we've got the Armada coming to town. We'll have that soccer forecast coming up and your weekend events. But first, Katie Jeffries and the ViStar Credit Union Traffic Center. What's going on, Katie?
Thank you so much, Mike. All right, it's a beautiful Wednesday out there, and it is a gorgeous sunrise. I mean, just wow, when you look at it. It's beautiful. Buckman Bridge, no reported problems or any major points of congestion, though it is starting to pick up as you make your way towards Mandarin. That's to be expected. Let's take a look here towards your traffic maps. Overall, it does look pretty good out there this morning. If you're traveling across the Dames Point Bridge, still gorgeous sunrise to look at, and traffic that's not too bad. About 11 minutes to go from Atlantic Boulevard over towards I-95. The whole 295 loop seems to be moving up to speed. I-10 looks great as well. Now, if you're traveling over here on the west side, 295, no slowdowns. Blanding looks like it's pretty good. US 17, the only slowdown I'm seeing over there on Roosevelt is near NAS Jacksonville as people kind of slow down as they approach the base. But other than that, no real problems. Lewis.
Thank you, Katie. It's 6:33, and it's a new step to perhaps slowing or even stopping the opioid epidemic in Florida. Governor Rick Scott signing into law House Bill 477 yesterday, which classifies the drug fentanyl as a Schedule I drug, which means a conviction on a possession charge could lead to a longer prison sentence. Fentanyl, 100 times more powerful than morphine. Think about that. Simply inhaling it can be deadly. The governor says that this law is hitting home for him.
Any family that's dealt with this issue, whether it's alcoholism or drug abuse, knows it doesn't just impact this individual. It impacts everybody around the family, impacts their friends. I grew up in a family that struggled with alcoholism and family members that struggle with drug abuse, and it's devastating to them.
The new law also allows prosecutors to charge the drug dealers with murder if their buyers overdose. You may remember we saw this on the First Coast. Tremaine Miller was charged in the death of an 18-year-old woman in Clay County after she overdosed on fentanyl. He and the other 2 men arrested in this case, they still haven't gone to trial yet, but something certainly to watch as precedent. Keitha.
Best described as a feeling of helplessness. It's something all parents can relate to, wanting to help your child but feeling as if it's out of your hands. Well, when the owner of a popular Jacksonville pizza restaurant found out his son had been diagnosed with leukemia, everything changed. But it's how he's channeling his anger and frustration into something good that's truly inspiring. First Coast News' Monica Garcia has that story this morning.
You can't pass this intersection in San Marco at Hendricks and Nera without noticing the bold B. It overhangs 5 other letters synonymous with a little bliss and comfort during your hour lunch break. But for a while, laughter here in this kitchen was replaced with a truth that no matter how many people you made smile with your famous meatball sauce, life can change with one prognosis. Paul Scott, an owner of V Pizza, remembers when he heard the news about his youngest son, Charlie.
Every parent, whether they talk about it or not, has imagined it, but you never kind of say it out loud. And all I can say is it's worse than anything that you ever imagined.
2 months ago, 3-year-old Charlie started walking funny and his knees were hurting him. A doctor visit later, he was diagnosed with acute lymphoblastic leukemia.
I'm basically a fixer type person, and when you can't fix something like this, my wife holds him every day. She can do that. I can't. I have nervous energy.
Channeling that energy, Paul got together with his partners.
I said, I can't fix Charlie. I can't cure cancer. What can we do to help other families?
What can they do? Well, what they're good at. Food that makes people happy. We were there for the start of the movement with that same V, but now it's V for Victory, delivering more than 60 chicken Alfredo and breadstick meals to children battling disease.
And it's right here in the Ronald McDonald House, what they call the family kitchen, where that V for Victory is much appreciated.
Donations this family from England.
The UK centre's here for him to have treatment for a brain tumour.
Now I've got him going.
Helps them not feel so isolated here in the U.S.
I thought you did a good job.
It makes you part of a family.
But giving away free food is only part of Paul's plan. This is where he's taken to social media to build a network of small businesses with a willingness to help.
So if it's a dog watching company, if it's some company that grooms dogs, maybe once a month you can do it. House cleaners, maybe they can afford to clean one family with cancers a month.
That want to donate their services at least once to a family with a child battling cancer. Monica Garcia, First Coast News.
What a great idea. Now, if you're a business that wants to be a part of the V for Victory directory, just email the email addresses right there for you on your screen. It's hbreen@vforvictory.org. We have all of this info for you on our website. That's firstcoastnews.com. Just click on this story.
Thank you, Keith. At 6:37, one group says its new report means the St. Johns River should not be deepened and dredged to allow bigger cargo ships passage through Jacksonville. The St. Johns Riverkeeper released a report yesterday. It says that the proposed dredging project is economically infeasible. The report came from a consultant with a group called the National Ports and Waterways Initiative out of New Orleans. It says the cost of deepening the river is greater than the benefit to our economy and greater than the benefit that our economy would ever see in the first place. Now remember, the dredging project would deepen the river by 7 feet. The plan is cargo ships would be able to more easily move through town and bigger ships could come as well. The Riverkeeper has been fighting the project, saying it would hurt the ecosystem surrounding the river.
Thanks for that, Lou. Let's talk about Kampala, Uganda. It's more than 7,600 miles away from Jacksonville. And for some of the most talented ballet dancers in Africa, the possibility of success, it seems worlds away. You see, major ballet companies rarely recruit from the world's second largest continent of Africa. Now, Linda Jenkins, the artistic director for the Florida Ballet, explains that historically, ballet companies would typically hire white females between 5'4" and 5'6", a certain body type and a certain look, but she says things are changing.
The ballet companies are embracing different looks as opposed to, that one standard look.
Thursday morning on GMJ, we're going to take a look at how the Florida Ballet is stepping up to bridge that gap and giving some deserving African dancers a shot at making their dreams come true. That's tomorrow morning, starting at 6 right here on Good Morning Jacksonville.
Thank you, Keith. We'll be right here watching. All right, some say it's a sign of recovery after Hurricane Matthew. At 6:50, the trend one East Coast town is seeing now 9 months or some 40 weeks after the storm. Plus the wet weather moving out and the sunshine is back. That is live, ladies and gentlemen. Your sunrise happening on television. You got to stop what you're doing and just enjoy it with us for a moment. I mean, I've got to go to a commercial. The producer's going to tell me to go to a commercial. We're back in 3 minutes. Stay right there.
Prime Day is over. Or is it? Hi, Great to be with you. I am so excited because there are leftovers, just like on Black Friday and Cyber Monday, where retailers want to keep that momentum going. Don't give up yet. There are still some great grabs. Before I get to those, I just want to briefly tell you the categories that you can just forget about, and let's get to the savings. First of all, you can forget about the TV deals. Those lasted 2 seconds, and there'll be better ones, and I'll have them soon. Laptop deals, wait for back to school, and all of the Amazon Echo products for the most part. All right, let's get past that, and let's get right toward the price drops. We're looking at still some awesome lifestyle tech, smart home. I mean, seriously, you didn't get a pair of headphones with the 37 deals that dropped at 11 p.m. last night. Many of them still in stock right now. If you're looking for some of the dash cams, the car tech, the smartphone tech, these categories all running rampant with regards to savings. And the good news is I have every big deal still in stock waiting for you. So where do you go? I think you know the answer to that. Our website. And if there's anything else you're looking for, hit me up. I'm on social media and right here, ready to help you save. Back to you.
Good morning, and yes, this will make your day. What do you think, Katie?
It is beautiful. This sunrise is incredible today.
That's right, and so we're getting over that Wednesday hump without a problem today, but why is the sunrise a little more brilliant? Well, let's take a look. It looks like the sky is on fire. These are what we call altocumulus clouds. So, you know, the sun's going through more of the atmosphere as it is, and then you get these clouds involved, and it just illuminates everything out there. And another little ingredient you may not realize, yeah, the Saharan dust layer has made it all the way to the shores of the First Coast. So we see this some lighter colors here. This also enhances those sunrises and sunsets, and we've got a beauty, not just for the sunrise, but a beautiful sunset tonight because no rain in the forecast. And check it out, we've got the Jacksonville Armada. So some great soccer weather, 8 o'clock at Hodges Stadium, and I tell you what, that's a great venue for soccer. Should be a fun time tonight. No rain to worry about. We'll let you know if that'll continue for the entire weekend coming up.
I will tell you, I never knew anything about Saharan dust until you started talking about it.
Yes, it's something you want to bring up maybe at a party and impress people.
A conversation starter. Yes. All right, let's take a look over here towards I-10, eastbound towards downtown. Things look pretty good, even though that congestion's starting to pick up just a little bit. Overall, though, not following any major crashes at the moment, and that is some great news. So here's a look at our traffic maps. You can see no major slowdowns out there at the moment. Just that little bit of congestion that starts to form along I-10 eastbound.
All right, great day, and now you know how to be the life of the party. Let's get back to Keith and Lou.
Saharan dust.
Katie, Mike's going to get you kicked out of parties. All right, folks, your time now is 6:44, and getting the job done, hopefully. At 6:50, what a delayed vacation for lawmakers means for the future of healthcare in the U.S. But first, an update on some breaking news we've been following all morning long here in Jacksonville after a man is found shot to death overnight. We're going to have a live update from the scene in your power block of news. That's in just 2 minutes. And welcome back. We begin your power block of nonstop news with some breaking news we're following this morning. A man is found shot to death in the Moncrief area overnight. We want to get right out to Alex Osiris. He is live on scene. He's been gathering details all morning long. What's the latest at this point, Alex?
Well, Keith, police is still on the scene here. Those lights flashing as they have been now for hours. Police telling us that they found a man shot, killed early this morning around 2 o'clock near 31st and Myrtle. That man shot in the upper body. That's all we know about the situation up there, just about 100 feet or so from where we're at. His body was found on a sidewalk. The victim only identified as a man in his late teens to 20s. JSO still working the investigation this morning, have the area taped off between 30th and Gulf Fair, as well as Myrtle and Chase. Now, police also told us that they were speaking with neighbors early this morning, hoping to piece together more information about what happened. But right now, all they have been able to tell us was that victim shot at least one time. They're continuing to investigate this morning, and still a very active situation. We'll follow up on this and have another update for you coming up at noon. Reporting live on the Northwest Side, Alex Osiris, First Coast News.
All right, Alex, thank you so much. It's a very big story for job seekers here on our First Coast. It is a hiring boom, it seems, going on right now. So many different companies looking to hire. Amazon seems to be top of the list right now, hosting its second job fair today after tremendous turnout on Monday. The second fair will begin 10 o'clock this morning, same place. It's at the Legend Center. Might want to get there early because the lines get long quick. Other companies hiring right here, IKEA, going to be hiring 250 people, of course, the furniture company, while Everbank Field still hoping to hire up to 1,000 people. And the health food store Earth Fare now hiring 150 people in Mandarin. So those great jobs possible. We have all of this information listed right now on our website. That is firstcoastnews.com. If you need a job, it's a good time to apply. All right, happening today, people suffering from debilitating medical conditions could get access to new treatment, at least a new option on the First Coast. Jacksonville's first medical marijuana dispensary opens on Beach Boulevard. Patients with a doctor's approval, of course, will be able to get non-smokable products from the company TruLeave. The company says it will also make home deliveries if patients need that as well. We will be at the grand opening today. We'll have full coverage for you online as well as when you join us on First Coast News at noon.
Thanks for that, Lou. Let's get a quick check of your time now. It's 49 minutes past the hour. Here's a look at your top national and international stories. There's new fallout for the president's administration after his son's email released just yesterday. Now, the emails describe the setup of a meeting between the Trump Jr. and a Russian attorney. Now, Trump Jr. was told that the Russian government may have had information to incriminate Hillary Clinton, and he said, quote, "If it's what you say, I love it," end quote. Trump Jr. said that he thought that information would be political opposition research, but he said that attorney had nothing useful. The president is praising his son now for being so open with all of this. And a new move from Congress to repeal and replace the Affordable Care Act pretty soon. Now Republican leaders say they're going to delay their traditional August recess by 2 weeks. Majority Leader Mitch McConnell says that he needs more time to work on a new health care bill and other issues. A revised version of the Senate bill could be released this week. Well, here's some incredible video showing a rare phenomenon. This is out in California. Check it out if you can. A fire tornado formed in the middle of a wildfire there. This happened on Saturday. This specific fire is burning near Chico, California, and it has burned about 6,000 acres so far. This video is unbelievable. Now it's one of just 14 wildfires burning in that state. Well, it's been 9 months now since Hurricane Matthew came through our area and continued up the East Coast. So let's think about it. What happens in 9 months? Here's what happened. A maternity ward at a South Carolina hospital says that it's been very busy lately with a 70% increase in births in just the past couple of weeks. So we know what happened, right? We did the math, and this upcoming Saturday, it will officially have been 40 weeks since the storm came through our area. So maybe we'll see an uptick here as well. We'll see what happens.
It's worth a call.
Exactly.
Oh, man. Okay. 40 weeks.
We were working during Hurricane Matthew, right? So we were busy doing other things.
You
right?
got a good point. All right, 6:52 is your time. All the giggles this morning on GMJ, but it is a good point. Let's look live outside this morning as the sunrise continues to dazzle. We've got First Coast News storm expert Mike Prangley with another look at our forecast today. Hello, Mike. Good morning.
Hello. It is a good morning. Thank those altocumulus clouds and a Saharan dust layer for our beautiful sunrise out there. And we're not expecting a storm this afternoon. How about that? So dry going to work, coming home. A perfect 10 for runners. Summer breeze making that run feel fine. And there's no stopping you today. UV index at 11. So it's not just SPF 30 plus. It's sunshades, it's hats, and taking some breaks in the sun, especially between 10 and 4 today. Rain chances 5% along the beaches to 20% out toward Lake City, and even there, a very lone shower and brief at best. So today we've got Jekyll Island. We're calling it Waterslide Wednesday. How about mid to upper 80s for Summer Waves Park? And it doesn't get much better than that. Just make sure you reapply that sunscreen, especially after coming out of the pool. We take a look at Fernandina Beach. Amazing out there in Amelia, mid to upper 80s, but we got to be careful of rip currents with that east flow piling up some water. Our coastline a little more vulnerable due to Hurricane Matthew. Check out the weather-related fatalities, up to 100 per year due to rip currents. That's more than flooding, tornadoes, and lightning. Yes, so we got to take it seriously. Now, as we head to the weekend, looks like the first part of the weekend we keep this classic summer weather going. Check it out. Temperatures near 90, Jackson Seawalk Pavilion for the beaches. Freedom Festival, and let freedom and sunshine ring. But as we go into Sunday, we're going to start to see high pressure drift a little farther south, more of a southwest flow. That's a moist flow, so we'll see some increasing late day storms across the area, especially into Georgia. So as we look at that 7-day forecast, let's enjoy this fine, fun, and sun pattern. Good soccer, baseball weather today. Low rain chances through at least Saturday, then late Sunday. There's your change. Temperatures back in the mid-90s. Now let's get to Katie Jeffries and the 5-Star Credit Union Traffic Center.
Thank you, Mike. This is your power block of traffic, so let's get you guys out the door and to work. This is a look towards the Buckman Bridge near US 17. You can see that side getting really heavy as you make your way towards Mandarin, but That's just to be expected from the Buckman Bridge. Let's take a look towards your traffic maps. Another area of congestion, I-10 eastbound from 295 towards downtown, already riding at about 8 to 10 minutes, and that's probably going to increase to 15 minutes by about 7:10. It increases quick on I-10 eastbound. Atlantic, though, looks great if you're traveling along Atlantic Beach or JTB. No problems there. Also, I-95 northbound, really from St. Johns County all the way towards downtown. I haven't seen any major issues. Overall, you can see your major interstates are moving well this morning. Anything happens after the show, find me on Twitter, #Katie's Commuters. Back to you.
Thanks for that, Katie. It's now 6:54. Let's get to your top stories to get you out of the door this Wednesday morning. Now, we told you earlier this week an 8-year-old boy died in a crash at the intersection of Oakley Plantation Parkway and Argyle Forest Boulevard. This happened on Monday. Well, now his death has led to some change there. Neighbors told us that intersection has been dangerous for years. FDOT crews ran out last night to install new traffic lights with arrows so drivers get protected when it comes to left turns.
We're learning more about a teacher who was killed in a boat accident. It's 42-year-old Jody Nessie. She died after she was hit by a boat propeller in St. Augustine, very near downtown on Saturday. And now we know she was a teacher there at Plantation Oaks Elementary. The boy who died in the crash Keitha was just talking about was a student there as well. A memorial is going to be held at 8 o'clock tonight at Coppergate Elementary School. And by the way, grief counselors are going to be on hand at that school if anyone around there should need that.
A New Orleans street performer who was arrested for the murder of a Jacksonville man will be extradited back to Duval County pretty soon. That's according to our partners at the Florida Times-Union. Freddie Farrer was killed during an attempted robbery back in 1974, but police arrested a suspect named Johnny Miller in May. Miller agreed to the extradition terms on Tuesday, meaning he could be back in Florida in the next few days. And trending online this morning, could one of the biggest sporting events in the world be coming to Jacksonville?
Well, that's the video there from the World Cup qualifier we got to host just last year, and a report from Florida Politics said the River City could be chosen to host some World Cup games in the year 2026. Be a little older then. That's okay. That's if the U.S., Canada, and Mexico win their joint bid to host the tournament, a North American version. The international governing body of soccer, that's FIFA, is still accepting 2026 World Cup bids.
That'd be huge.
Huge!
Yeah.
If we could get, that'd be fun too.
Oh, yeah.
2026, I mean, I'm getting up there in age, but we'll be fine. I think we'll
I
make
don't
it.
age, I'll never.
Of course not, Keitha.
Let's talk about weather.
Yeah, I'm going to go change in my bathing suit. I decided to wait until after the show. We're talking about jumbo shrimp. They said, wear the bathing suit. So a 12:05 first pitch. We'll have more on that. Low 90s, upper 80s at the beach.
Something to look forward to, I guess, if you're going to the shrimp game, guys. All right, let's take a look here towards the Fuller Warren Bridge. Things there actually look pretty nice. All your downtown bridges are open, traveling up to speed.
And that'll do it for us for now.
For
We're
now.
back in a half hour, though. Good Morning Jacksonville continues. We'll see you then. Bye-bye.